Coming up next, a suspect sentenced in a school attack plot, and a closer look at increased security at local schools.
Plus, the inspirational story behind a well-known mural in downtown State College.
It's growing all over the world. So a legacy of love from a 5-year-old.
And from students camping out to fans flying in from across the country, we preview Whiteout Weekend at Penn State. The Center County Report starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Maya Beeling.
And I'm Nika Rodriguez. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story, the man accused of threatening an attack on a local school has been sentenced.
And at the same time, officials are stepping up security inside and outside schools. Reporter Emma Goldkoff is in our studio with more. Emma?
Yeah, Maya, it's been almost 6 months since a school attack threat at State College High stunned families and students. Now the suspect has learned his sentence and the district has taken new security steps.
This school year already looks a bit different in State College when it comes to safety and security. The district has implemented extra security measures after police broke up what they called an attack plot at the high school. New measures include random searches, tightened building access, outside vehicle barriers, and walk-through and handheld metal detectors, which the district bought more of after it borrowed from Penn State in the spring.
It's really important for us to lean on each other. You know, Penn State owns certain safety entities that we provide to our partners when they need them. And vice versa.
More than a month into the school year, students have mixed reviews on the changes.
I think there's a lot of people who just think it's not necessary, who just don't care. But then I think there's also people who are still scared.
Secondary students are now required to wear school-issued IDs at all times, similar to these ones issued to Penn State students. Each ID has a QR code that is scanned when the students walk into school, and it gives the district access to student information.
We are supposed to wear our IDs while inside of the building. Very few people do that. Everybody who's in the building is supposed to be in the building, which makes me feel safer.
Parents, law enforcement, and community members lobbied for the changes after the alleged attack plot in April. The suspect, 21-year-old Braden Phillips, was sentenced this week to time served, 165 days in jail. He's also on probation for 5 years.
I do feel like a little bit more could have happened because knowing that it came so close, the plans were so concrete, it was so worked out. I do feel that it's a little bit lacking a little bit.
The new safety measures are in addition to others already in place, including lockdown drills and a daily police presence. I'm Emma Goldkoff. Back to you, Nico.
Thanks, Emma. Hundreds of police officers turned out to honor and escort 3 Pennsylvania detectives shot and killed during an ambush. The funeral was held in Red Lion yesterday. The detectives were shot last week by a suspect hiding inside the home of a woman he was accused of stalking in York County. The suspect was also killed at the scene.
2 suspended Penn State fraternities have joined an independent Greek life council that's running with no university oversight. Sigma Pi and Acacia are the newest members of the State College Interfraternity Council. They were suspended over hazing allegations. The council was created in March and now includes 5 fraternities.
And Penn State is getting a new $3.6 million grant to study children with ADHD. The money comes from the National Institute of Mental Health. The CDC says nearly 7 million children in the U.S. are diagnosed with ADHD. Researchers will study the kids' brains with a goal of finding more precise treatment options.
Political division and violence is a problem across the country right now. An event at Penn State last night focused on how we can all disagree better.
Charged, passionate, polarized. These are just a few words people are using to describe today's political climate, and this did not go unseen by Penn State's Schreier Honors College. Disagree Better is an event that the Honors College hosted at the Hub Robson Center inside Heritage Hall. It featured political journalists Scott Jennings and Molly Jongfast, who happen to disagree on a lot of things, but they were there to show people that common ground can be found.
No one should have to fear for their own safety. No one should have to fear censorship. No one should have to fear cancellation. No one should really have to fear participation in the democracy.
Recent political violence, including the Charlie Kirk killing, has led people to believe there has to be a better way.
I mean, we've had obviously some horrible cases in the news as of late, on a national scale. And I think this couldn't have come at a better time. And that's really my main takeaway from it.
Tonight's event introduced a lot of hot topics, but the attendees said that it was not only productive, but necessary in today's political climate.
Although politics can be polarizing, this event sure brought the Penn State community together.
I love my alma mater. And tonight, I have found a new way to be proud of it. Thank you very much.
During the event, the audience heard the panelists debate media bias, climate politics, and immigration and the law.
The biggest Penn State sports weekend of the year is here, the Whiteout Game, and that means packed hotels, restaurants, streets, and shops. It also means a logistics challenge for some fans and even the Oregon team. Reporter Amanda Vogt is live on campus with the story. Amanda?
And behind me is the set of ESPN's College Game Day. For fans who want to stand in the pit tomorrow morning, that's right behind the set itself. They can start lining up as early as 5:30 a.m. tomorrow. However, that might be a challenge considering hotels have been booked for months. Some Oregon fans are even staying 2 hours away. Even the Ducks team itself is reportedly staying in Altoona, an hour's drive away from State College. Let's take a
For the first time since 1964, Oregon will travel to State College to play Penn State, but the Ducks will be staying almost an hour away. The Altoona Mirror reported Oregon is using the Blair County Convention Center and staying at the Country Inn & Suites by Radisson next door. The convention center provides plenty of space for Oregon to conduct meetings and walkthroughs. On Saturday, the team will have a police escort to Beaver Stadium. We asked Oregon why the team isn't staying in State College as other teams do, but the team refused to comment. With more than 110,000 fans expected in the stadium and thousands more in town, there's far more demand than available hotels and Airbnbs. Most hotels in State College have been sold out for months. James Franklin even talked about it.
Got people calling now, and I'm like, this game's been sold out forever. I got cousins that I haven't talked to in 20 years and high school friends I haven't talked to in 25 years that, hey, you got a whiteout ticket? Yeah, they're just laying around.
Prices for any available room are sky high, like nearly $700 a night at Altoona Marriott locations. Fans stay as far away as Altoona and Clearfield. Oregon offered travel packages for its fans looking to make the trip from the West Coast. All options sold out. Some Ducks fans will be staying 100 miles away in Hershey. Transportation is included in these packages, but that's nearly a 2-hour drive to Beaver Stadium, not including game day traffic.
For more on the matchup itself, we'll have that later in sports. Live from Old Main, I'm Amanda Vogt. Back to you.
Thanks, Amanda. While many fans are traveling from hours away, some Penn State students are right outside the stadium. They've been sleeping outside at Nittanyville, all for a front row seat to the game. Reporter Hope Green stopped by the camp.
Rain or shine, for the last 20 years, in the shadow of Beaver Stadium, Penn State students have pitched tents and camped during game week. What started as Paternoville during Joe Paterno's time as coach is now Nittanyville. This week, even through the rain, the camp reached a season record with over 40 groups.
It's awesome to see that a lot more people are getting involved with Nittanyville, even if it's just a whiteout. Just hope that they keep coming back.
Nittanyville member Marcos Vasquez is one of those camping out, which gives them access to the first rows of the stadium on game day. Students camp overnight from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. They play trash can football, paint posters, catch up on homework, and meet special guests. The rain isn't stopping just Nittanyville campers. It didn't stop the football players from stopping by and showing their gratitude either. Penn State quarterbacks and tight ends made an appearance Thursday night with pizza for campers. Nittanyville President Aaron Klein says it's all in an effort to create what's been named the best student section in college football.
One goal was obviously we want to be the best student section in the country. We pride ourselves not only being one of the best student sections on this campus, but being recognized nationally.
In University Park, I'm Hope Green for the Center County Report.
Nittanyville students will camp outside Gate A until midnight tonight, then return at 4:30 p.m. to take their place in the front rows of the student section.
Penn State has joined forces with Abbott Health Group and the Big Ten Conference for the second annual We Give Blood Drive. All 18 Big Ten schools are in a race to see who can donate the most blood by December 5th. The competition helps tackle the nation's critical blood shortage.
There's Penn State fans literally everywhere, which is kind of nice. So we're just trying to not only get the word spread on campus, but also spread it throughout the nation so that people anywhere can donate and submit their point for Penn State.
Anyone can participate by donating at upcoming blood drives on campus or by crediting their donation to Penn State online at big10.org/Abbott.
Still to come on the Center County Report, it's finally been a rainy week.
And we've needed that rain, but will it dry out for the big game? We check the weekend forecast. Also coming up, meet the artist who's been working on this mural in State College for the past 25 years. Hundreds of people walk down Heister Street in State College every day, and they pass a painting that stretches the length of the block.
But many don't know it's a fascinating story. Reporter Kaylee Tallman caught up with the man behind the mural.
Nestled in a corner on Heister Street, you'll find Michael Pilato, hunched over, paintbrush in hand, concentrating on the colorful masterpiece sprawled out in front of him. Pilato is a public artist and has been painting since he was a kid. He fell in love with murals when he noticed there was one behind him when he kissed his high school crush.
It was the backdrop for a moment in life, and I just really love that.
The mural here is one he's been working on for 25 years. Pilato started it as a kiss goodbye to State College when he left, filled with the people who inspired him. Since then, he's returned and continued to add to it, listening to the stories of those who have made a difference in the area. He hopes it's a reminder of the positive that can happen in a world increasingly filled with hate.
Just help each other out, especially when we see people falling.
The mural is a constant work in progress. Right now, he's adding former Penn State football star Saquon Barkley, Coach James Franklin, volleyball coach Katie Schumacher-Colley, and Jared McMullen. Jared was a boy battling a brain tumor who brought boxes full of activities so kids could play together at the hospital. When he passed away, his family and the State College community continued the tradition.
And it's growing all over the world. So a legacy of love from a 5-year-old.
Pilato says the people on this wall are more than just a name to him or something that happened to them.
Friends, it's not how long you live. It's what you do while you're alive that's important, you know?
As I'm running my hands along this mural, I'm running my hands along the stories of hundreds of incredible people who have made a difference in the State College community. Like Deirdre, for example, who started as Michael's next-door neighbor when she was a kid and has grown up to be a doctor researching the cure to many rare diseases. Now, Michael can tell you the stories of every single person on this wall.
There's a rip in his shirt. He was named after Jonah and the whale from the Bible. So if you look in the whale's mouth down here, you'll see the rip in the shirt, you know?
As people die over the years, Pilato adds halos to the mural. If you look closely, you'll also notice handprints too. They come from students, as well as family members and close friends of those painted on the wall. Pilato says the prints are the most important thing on the mural to him.
The ones that are out there that really, really make a difference, you know, that change the hearts of people, they have one thing in common that splits into two directions. They found something in life that they're passionate about, and more importantly, they surround themselves with passionate people.
In State College, I'm Kaylee Tallman for the Center County Report.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Pretty impressive of those Nittanyville campers to sweep out in the rain, but it was very much needed. I say much needed because we actually saw the drought monitor come out yesterday and we saw expansion to the drought. But with all this rain, though, that was not included in the drought monitor because the cutoff is Tuesday morning. We saw almost 2 inches of rain in State College and almost 3 inches of rain in Pittsburgh. That is almost what we got since August 1st to last week. Here outside of Beaver Stadium, though, skies are looking partly cloudy, a few clouds in the sky, getting ready for a big game day tomorrow against Oregon, big whiteout game. Temperature is sitting at 72 degrees. Nice, beautiful day is in store for today. And tomorrow will pretty much be the same, though. More isolated shower. We'll see temperatures climb up into the mid to upper 70s today before dropping down to the low 60s to upper 50s for your overnight lows. Overall, temperatures will be about 5 to 10 degrees above average. Current satellite radar, just a few clouds across the eastern half of the state associated with the weak cold front that moved through. As we time things out for the day tomorrow, we'll see just a few clouds. We say you've seen a few showers to the south, but again, I think they'll mostly stay to the south. I looked at some recent model guidance, and that continues to suggest that the wind will stay to the south. So I do have to worry about a few scattered showers. If anything, though, it's going to be a nuisance, only last for 5 to 10 minutes throughout the game. So for game time tomorrow, I'm putting a temperature of about 67 degrees for kickoff. Most of the cloudy skies can't rule out that isolated shower, but again, if anything, it'll just be a nuisance. Today, though, we're forecasting the high of 76 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Tonight, we'll drop those low temperatures down to around 54 degrees, so about 5 degrees above average for this time of year. Partly cloudy skies. Then we got to watch for some fog early tomorrow morning with a temperature about 75 degrees. And then for that 7-day forecast, we are seeing temperatures, well, actually about above average. Average high is about 70 degrees for this time of year. Not seeing any rain in the foreseeable future, though, so hopefully that drought doesn't build up, but at least things will dry for whiteout. My first whiteout game, I'm very excited. I don't know about you guys.
I'm also very excited. Center County definitely needed this rain, but good thing that it's clearing out tomorrow.
Yeah, the game's going to be awesome. Hopefully the weather holds off. Now over to Kaylee Tallman with sports.
Coming up in sports, I sat down today with NBC sideline reporter Catherine Tappan ahead of the whiteout game. And as fans get amped up, we take a closer look at Penn State's preparations for the big game as the 6th-ranked Oregon Ducks come to State College for the first time since the 1960s. Sports is next. I'm Kaylee Tallman with sports. Penn State's biggest football challenge of the season so far is here, the whiteout game, featuring 2 top 10 teams. Reporter Mike Landis is live near the college ESPN College Game Day set as the excitement builds. Mike?
Yeah, Kaylee, I can't quite say that we're going to see Pat McAfee do another high dive into a pool like he did in Miami last week, but I'm sure whatever it is, it'll be something truly entertaining here tomorrow on Old Main. This year, the Nittany Lions are prepared to play under the lights for a huge top 10 matchup. Iconic, electric, and unforgettable. The tradition that ESPN's Kirk Herbstreit calls the greatest show in college football is back. This year's whiteout features number 3 Penn State and number 6 Oregon. Coach James Franklin thinks it could come down to a one-score game.
I expect this to be a 4-quarter battle that's going to come down to the end of the game. And I like how we're preparing to handle the moment.
Franklin called for fans to make it a game environment like no other. As the Nittany Lions prepare, they remember the last meeting with the Ducks, last season's Big Ten championship, won by Oregon by 8 points. But players say it's time to turn the page.
Yeah, that game last year, it's over with. It's a good reminder of how things went, things like that. But we're focused on this team now. It's a new team, but still some of the same guys. We just got to go out there, prepare for them, focus on us, and we'll see what we need to fix.
Quarterback Drew Aller, along with 12 other starters, return this season. Oregon has a revamped roster led by quarterback Dante Moore. Penn State players had a bye week to give them more prep time for a game with national title implications.
Yeah, I'm very motivated. Not just me, the whole coaching staff, the whole team. We're very motivated. We're just taking one day at a time. We had a good practice today, and we're just gonna have a good practice tomorrow, Friday, and then up to Saturday. So.
Both teams come into this game unbeaten, with Penn State at 3-0 and Oregon at 4-0. Live on campus, I'm Mike Landis. Kaylee, back to you.
Thanks, Mike. NBC will broadcast tomorrow night's game, and just this morning, I had a chance to catch up with sideline reporter Catherine Tappan about the whiteout. Explain to people at home just how big this game is from a playoff perspective, Big Ten perspective.
Yeah, I mean, Big Ten, it's massive. There's nothing bigger, and I think in the country this weekend there's nothing bigger because this is a top 10, 2 teams that are undefeated, 2 teams that have gone against one another in big games, like we saw with the Big Ten championship last year with these 2 teams. So it's massive. It's a national spotlight on this game, and it will not disappoint.
You've already talked to Oregon. What's the most interesting takeaway you've had from them?
These guys are ready. They're not intimidated at all, they say. They've been practicing and they've been preparing with loud noise and, speakers at practice, and they've been trying to simulate what that sound is going to be like. It's going to be hard to, make a call at the line of scrimmage. So obviously we're going to see the silent count a lot with the offense. But they're ready to go.
If you're not watching the game on TV, you can listen live on Penn State Com Radio. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m.
Now over to high school football. Let's take a look at some of the key games on tonight's schedule. The Bellwood Antis Blue Devils look to continue their 2-game win streak on the road against Phillipsburg Osceola. The Mountaineers have won the previous 2 meetings between the schools. It's homecoming for Hollidaysburg. The Golden Tigers have gone 5-0 to start the season, but they're welcoming Fort Hill, which has gone 7-0 against Hollidaysburg in recent years. And State College hits the road to take on Central Dauphin at 7 p.m. The Little Lions are 4-1 so far this season. The 8th-ranked Penn State women's hockey team is wrapping up its first series of the season later today against 9th-ranked St. Lawrence. Last night, the Nittany Lions took the ice for the first time this season. Kaylin Roberts scored the first goal of the game on a Penn State power play. Nicole Hall doubled the lead for the Nittany Lions just 20 seconds later, taking advantage of a rebound in front of the net. Penn State went on to beat the Saints 3-0. Now it's a big week in sports, big weekend coming up. There's just been an energy around campus all week. What have you guys noticed?
It's a super exciting weekend for this school. Very fun to be on campus this weekend for sure.
Yeah, campus is absolutely rocking and the juice is flowing. It's going to be one of the biggest Penn State weekends.
Thanks, Kaylee. Coming up next, we talk with a sports fan from Ireland who's coming to the Whiteout. It's part of his unique goal to get a lot.
College football fans are intense and passionate. Here's an example. One superfan is trying to attend 14 games in 14 weeks while documenting it all on TikTok. Meet Dave Geary. He's an Ireland native now living in New York. Geary is a TikToker who has been documenting his college football challenge. Before moving to New York, he lived in Vancouver and remained a huge college football fan. There were more available games in the U.S. than Canada, so he started booking trips. Before he knew it, he had 8 trips planned. And that's where the idea for his 14 in 14 challenge was born. This weekend, Geary is coming to town to attend his biggest bucket list item, the Penn State Whiteout.
Like this genuinely, and this isn't me pandering, has been like top of my bucket list for years upon years of all sporting events. I've been to a range of different sporting events.
Well, we sure hope he enjoys his time in Happy Valley. That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us on Tuesday for our next local news update.
You can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Center County Report X, and you can see our stories on our Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a good weekend.